Hi, this is Dreama, and today we are doing a client reading, and it is a question reading. How does he or she feel about me? Okay. Now, I know who the client is, and they know who they are, but I won't be saying their name today. I've actually already shuffled the cards and laid the 4-card spread out ahead of time. For some reason, my camera only goes a few minutes, and it just kind of quits, so I want to make sure I have enough time to actually explain the cards. Now, I've laid these out, but I haven't looked at them yet. What I'll do is I'll turn them over and we'll kind of go into detail what each card is. The card over here is going to represent the sexual attraction of the person with the client. The second card will represent the connection, whether or not there is a spiritual or emotional connection. The third card is what I call the love card. It will tell us just how this person feels in regards to, do they love them, do they not? And lastly, the last card is what I call the advice card. And because I used to do this reading with 3 cards, and what ended up happening a lot of times is the client would email me and say, well, what do I do now? So I've added this recently to the spread so we can answer that question, okay? Now, today I'm using actually the Legacy of the Divine Tarot cards, and these are ones that I am extremely connected to. They're one of my favorite decks. So I'm going to begin over here on the left with the attraction card, okay? All right. And what we have is the Sun. So what this tells me, the card in itself is it's a very bright card. And as you can see, there's a man down here and some planets. But what this card means to me in regards to sexual attraction, what I'm getting from it, is that this person does have a very strong sexual attraction for this person. It's very bright and clear. It's something that it's clear to them. It's something that they know. And it's also very strong, okay? Now I'm going to move to the connection card, and about, does this person have a emotional or, spiritual connection to the client? Okay, we have the Chariot. Now, this is an interesting card because, as you can see, there's a light coming down through the middle, and there are some horses, and the Chariot is moving. So what I'm getting from this card is that, there is a spiritual connection, but this person, what is happening to this person is something that is a change for them. It's not something that they do easily, okay? It's very hard for this person to connect with someone else in an emotional or spiritual way. It is a big change for them from their past, okay? And the third card we're going to talk about is the love card. Okay, and then we have the 7 of coins. Now, this card is interesting because, as you can see, there's a lady. She holds a basket, and there's a tree with some coins in it. What I'm getting from this card is that this person has a hard time with love. It's not something that comes easily for them. Something is blocking this love, which means they have to work even harder at it. This person is not the kind of person that falls in love easily, okay? It's a lot of work. But I do see that they do have a loving feeling for the client, but it is something that they constantly have to work at. It's just a lot of work. It doesn't come easy, okay? Now, the final card is the advice card, and this card will tell us, what does the client need to do, or what can they do, okay, for this relationship. Okay, and we have the Devil. Okay, now remember that this is the only card in this spread that is geared towards the client. These other 3 are in regards to the person. So to me, this is not a negative card. It's a card that's going to advise the client and let them know if there's anything that maybe they need to do, okay? And I see this card as temptation, okay? That the client needs to be sure that if they are tempted maybe to stray or do things that may cause bad things to happen to the relationship, that they should refrain from that, to watch out for temptation. What I can see is that temptation is only going to make things worse. So the best thing for the client to do is to stay away from any kind of temptation to stray, to sabotage things, things like that. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so overall, what we have is a person that is clearly sexually attracted to the client, and this is something that this person, it's kind of a big change for them. It's not something that they take upon lightly, okay? And it's also, loving is very hard work for this person. There's something that's happened to them, or something that's going on, some kind of obstacle that makes loving someone else extremely hard. This person may have built up walls because they really want to make a connection like this card, but it is very, very hard work for them, okay? And lastly, advice for the client: do not give in to temptation. Make sure that you keep your eye on the relationship. Don't sabotage it, don't stray, okay? All right, that does conclude our reading for today, and I do hope that you will join us again.